E3 is over. For the year, I mean. And maybe for me too. Strong words, I know, but now that the week's over and all those crowd wooers probably have their voices back, I'm struggling to recall any real standout moments that left me pumped and energized for the year ahead. Sure, this could come down to my ever-growing cynical outlook on life. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of game. 3 days of the typical relentless whirlwind of titles, big and small. We even had the most breathtaking moment in E3's history. But, and I hate that there's a but, I'm still left thinking this could be the least impressive E3 in recent memory.
Choose from a caboodle of contraptions to conquer challenges. And try saying that 5 times fast.
The bulk of my disappointment stems from 3 main things, one of which didn't actually even happen. Sure, we knew they wouldn't be there well ahead of time, but I guess I didn't fully understand what that meant until this week was over. For me, the competition of E3 is a massive part of the energy surrounding it. The way Sony and Microsoft play off and against each other is wildly entertaining.
PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play.
But with one of the holy trinities of gaming missing from the stage and the show floor, everything just felt off. I'm sure they had plenty of legitimate business-savvy reasons not to show up that I could understand and respect, but I can't quieten the part of me that feels like they've let down the gaming public.
Every last one of them.
People tune into E3 every year to be part of something bigger than any single brand or platform. I've always seen E3 as a celebration of the industry as a whole, but this year Sony left a gaping hole in the week of festivities. Even Phil Spencer knows what's up.
I wish Sony was here, I wish Activision was here, and I think E3 is not as good when they're not here.
Yet, Microsoft failed to capitalize on taking to a global stage without their fierce rival to contend with. Microsoft's presser was good, but it should have been f***ing great. It was safe, vanilla, exactly what we've come to expect from Microsoft ever since they royally screwed up the messaging around the launch of the Xbox One. We were shown 60 games, as they kept proclaiming, but what we actually got was a trailer fest, not a show. There was little to no actual gameplay from their big titles. They underplayed arguably their greatest growing asset in Game Pass, and the Scarlet announcement was a tacked-on, uninspired rehash of the Scorpio announcement trailer from a couple of years ago. Yeah, we know it's gonna have more flops than Johnny Depp.
I don't regret it, you know.
Just give us some actual information. You've got an engaged audience waiting to be impressed, and all you deliver is a truckload of buzzwords and some weird insistence that load screens are the bane of our existence. This console is out next year, with a Halo game at launch. There's gotta be some kind of vertical slice we can see and actually talk about.
Please don't die. Please. Don't die.
Since 2015, Bethesda have been the dark horse of E3, stealing a healthy portion of the limelight from the platform holders with crafted and in-depth reveals, along with some smaller consumer-focused plays thrown in for good measure.
This game is coming out on the App Store tonight.
But this year's Bethesda conference basically played out as a series of patch notes for non-mainline Elder Scrolls titles, a hastily bolted-on Battle Royale mode for their sinking Fallout flagship, and the 2 games we didn't know anything about were, again, just flashy CG trailers. We still don't really know anything about them. For the first time since they broke out on their own, it felt like they didn't really have reason to. Just sell those Doom clips and new IP trailers to Microsoft and let them have 63 trailers. Conversely, I think EA played their limited new content well. One of the few this year to actually show off gameplay of their big ticket item. Honestly, I think I miss the days of overreaching, made-for-show tech demos that oversell their product. Even in slightly misrepresenting what a game would ultimately become, at least they were aspirational and hopeful and exciting looks at what the future of gaming could hold. To me, that's what E3 should be about. Developers shooting for the stars and trying to push the medium to new heights. Instead, this is an E3 that will be forgotten. While it competently spun out trailer after trailer, it lacked any ambition or any jaw-dropping excitement. It didn't even deliver any of those cringeworthy moments we love to hate about our big, dumb, beautiful, dare I say, breathtaking industry.
You're breathtaking!
I hope this safe by-the-numbers performance from publishers isn't a reflection on E3's future, because we've got to get our mojo back. Also Sony, and Activision, and hell, maybe even Peter Molyneux.
Everyone who's experienced it, their hairs are standing up on the back of their head.